The news flow that you see around retail at present in the UK is incredibly negative, as alongside the economic situation that we find ourselves in, and you hear a lot of talk of the cost of living crisis, and that is leading to consumers having to make really tough decisions about how they spend their money. And what that means for Christmas is possibly people really tightening their purse strings.
Particularly in the current environment where demand for this year has been fairly subdued across the board, the kind of crucial golden quarter is going to be more important than ever. That said, I think retailers are having to face more difficult conditions than they ever have before. Trying to persuade consumers to kind of open their purse strings and come out and spend is going to be very challenging in this environment.
There's an opportunity for some of those retailers to clear through that stock, generate cash, and give them better prospects for 2023.
We've already seen numbers rise after having 2 years of fairly subdued levels of insolvencies due to government support being provided, particularly in the retail space where companies were able to benefit from things like the furlough scheme and various government loan schemes.
What we would typically see, although it's been rare that we've had typical years in recent past, is that first quarter of the new year in 2023 we'll see a number of insolvencies, and this year all of the kind of economic data and the stuff we're seeing ourselves points to that probably being at inflated levels.
About 2/3 of spend for Black Friday is online. Expectations are that that's going to be consistent this year.
The shift to retail and online purchases has definitely been one that is almost proving unstoppable, but you're seeing now with some of the online retailers more weakness in some of their own trading numbers.
One driver for consumers returning to stores in the current environment will be that those on kind of lower incomes and that are really being squeezed by the increase in energy costs we're seeing will be trying to manage their budgets very tightly, and they'll be doing that through using cash, so that is going to be kind of a stimulus for driving footfall in stores. The economic forecasts aren't looking great. Economists are expecting our economy to contract next year. I think it's going to be a really difficult year for all businesses, including those in the retail space.
The thing that we always see in businesses that tend to get in difficulty around this period in retail is poor management of their supply chain and poor management of their inventory.
A lot of companies are holding excess stock at the moment, and it's key that they're not holding on to these stock levels as we go into next year.
The management of stock, inventory and cash flow is basically the deciding factor on whether businesses will be able to trade successfully over a long period, and that's where an Atradius credit insurance policy for our customers, that forms part of that management, because you are controlling the supply chain from the perspective of control of your debtors and collection on that, because you have that security around a claim being paid to you if you aren't paid by your end customer.